Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. So what is the precept that I will introduce today? And that is not only for the topic, is sports a cult, but it's for any controversial conversation, topic, idea, ideology. Most people are connected to certain ideas. So just like sports, you were a little child and your family around you or your friends around you watch sports and that was the culture, then 100% this is the cool thing, this is the right thing, this is the fun thing, and this is the way I wind down when I come home from work, especially men. What don't you understand? If you were brought up with ideology as a child, you were brought up with certain religion, I can't come to you and prove to you, even with facts, with pictures, with reality, because you are so invested to certain thoughts. I'll tell you where I don't have to give this precept. So if someone told you that John was the one that drove down the car, and you are convinced that John drove down the car, because someone told you that he saw John drive down the car, and he had all this stuff in his car, and that's the one that took all the stuff because he had all the bags with him in the car. And then I come and say, by the way, someone told you it was John. I know I told you it was John because there's a guy in the neighborhood that looks exactly like John, but it's not John. He's not even here. John is in Missouri. So it can't be John. And if you want, I actually have a video because it caught my attention of all these pink bags that John was taking in the guy that looks like John, taking in his car. So there, within 1 minute, I changed your mind. Because everyone said it was John. And I show you a video of this guy that looks like John. And you go, oh my gosh, if you look next to his left eye, you'll see he looks very different. Sports is not a story. It's not something trivial. And it's not something casual. It's something connected to the culture, to your life. So how do you change something by saying what I believe might be the truth, or my idea is very powerful? Not because it's my idea, it's an idea that came to me years ago. I thought it was something weird that I was thinking, but I discovered that I discussed it with very smart and intellectual people, and they told me I happen to be right. So I feel very comfortable sharing this idea. Even if they would tell me that I'm wrong, I would still share this idea because there's so many different ideas. For example, I forgot the name of the brothers that had an idea that something would go the contrary direction from gravity and things would start moving upwards, downwards. All the scientists laughed. But that's the airplane that me and you take today because they had an idea. Doesn't matter, all the scientists laughed at them. They were convinced that they could get this object to go the opposite direction of gravity with the proper engines and with the science of aviation. They could make it happen. When I have an idea, if the whole world says you're stupid, I will not say I'm right. I will share the logic. But as I mentioned before, if someone is so deeply connected to something, how do you change someone's mind? Because the truth will not change. Go to all the Republicans and tell them certain truths about the Democrats, they will laugh in your life. They will laugh not in your life, but in your face. That was an interesting Freudian slip. I will analyze that later on. And vice versa. Because everyone believes in certain things and they're not willing to listen. And I mean listen, not with your ears, but let it pass your ears and into your brain that there's certain ideas from the Democrats that are actually beautiful. There's certain ideas from the Republicans that are actually beautiful. And I thought I was able to present it this week, but not yet. I'll dive straight into it. But at least I explained the two differences, the difference of the two ideas that we're planning to change someone's mind. One is something light and trivial. You don't need this precepts. You just go and say, wow, you thought it was this, but it's really something else, and poof, it's accepted. You see the evidence. And by the way, as a side note, that's why we have wars in the world, because there is a way how to give over a new idea that might be against everything that you thought, and I'm so excited to present it in the next video for next week. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for remembering that you're greater than you think you are. Thank you so much for liking the video if you liked it, and thanks for subscribing. That's a triple thank you to the awesome you.